Hey guys, and welcome to our show. It's great to see you here. Today we're going to be talking about ghosting whilst you're job hunting. Are you currently being ghosted by employers? You're sending out your resume, you're sending out your application, and you're just not hearing back. And it's taking a real sort of knock on your confidence. Well, join us today because we're going to be sharing with you 3 practical tips on how to combat this pain point that you're currently struggling with right now. And also, we're going to dive in a little bit deep, and we're going to do a little mini deep dive on the mindset of successful job hunters and what you can learn from these successful job hunters. My name is, I'm known as Meet to Be Her. I'm an international career coach working with international job seekers just like you who are looking to stop struggling and start thriving in their career. And as always, I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, Trisha. Hey Trisha, how are you doing?
Hello, it's so nice to connect again. We have both had some much needed time away. And if anyone is new to this channel, I am Trisha Chapman, the managing partner of Impressive CV, where we focus on all of the necessary tools for a successful job application. And we put together this little channel so that you guys can maximize your chances of getting employment in Dubai. So welcome.
Now, Trisha, you just shared with me some exclusive news. Are we allowed to talk about that, your recent new acquisition? Are we allowed to sort of kind of drop in a little bit for what other folks can look out for, and get additional support? Because she's doing some amazing things. Am I allowed to let the viewers know what you're up to?
We will keep it for the next episode, my dear.
Oh, look at her. She's teasing us. She's teasing us. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. All right. So let's jump right in today. Okay. So I mentioned that we're going to be talking today. The focus today is all about ghosting. So you've sent out an application. You saw your dream job, your dream company in Dubai. You got excited. You did the work. You put in the application. You spent hours, maybe days rewriting that application form, that CV, that resume. Okay. Only then to find that days and weeks later, you've been ghosted. The employer has just not got back to you. Now, here's the thing Trish and I were talking about just before. The volume and the number of job postings in Dubai has just exploded right now. So actually right now is a great time to be applying for vacancies and jobs in all sectors, across all sectors, isn't it, Trisha, in Dubai? However, how do you make your application stand out? And if you're currently in this position right now where you've been applying for jobs and you are just being ghosted and you're not hearing back and you're wondering and you're sitting there scratching your head, and also perhaps as well now, and I see this all the time when my clients share with me saying how their confidence, that they're competent at their job, what they do, but this whole ghosting and being ignored and not hearing back and struggling to get through that initial stage of the recruitment cycle can really do a number on your confidence. So I'll also share a really useful tip as well. But right now I want to go ahead and over to Trisha and say, Trisha, you've got 3 really powerful tips that have been super effective for your clients and have absolutely been transformative and have taken your clients who have been experiencing that pain, that have been suffering, that have been struggling to get past that first sort of kind of stumbling block. This has been transformative for them. So let's run through them. What are those 3 top tips, Trisha?
Yeah, cool. So maybe I could take a step back just in terms of, where is this coming from? So even myself, I've personally landed a couple of new recruitment contracts, for the Dubai market. So certainly there's lots of vacancies open that I'm personally filling. So healthcare, cybersecurity, some IT roles, software implementation consultant. So definitely reach out to me if you're looking for a position in that on that front. Doesn't matter any nationality, any location. I never am exclusive to those sorts of parameters, and rightly so. I really don't believe in nationality or gender bias, so please feel free to reach to me. I've got a number of roles. So I guess
Trisha, just remind everybody, and I think this is really key, because in case somebody kind of watched that and she's like, what did you say, what roles, what sectors is she kind of currently recruiting for? Okay, so Trisha, go on, just a recap on
that. So recapping, so healthcare, I've got a lot of physician positions, especially in Saudi, top dollar for those roles. That definitely, if you or someone interested in orthopedics, the medical field. I've also got a lot of nursing positions available. I've got software implementation consultants. So that's within the healthcare sector itself, implementing the software systems, booking systems, etc. Cybersecurity and IT, and a lot of sales and business development positions. So definitely reach out to me. I mean, there's huge opportunities available. On top of this, there is many recruiters in the UAE in a similar position as me. Why? Budgets have been released. All of this COVID thing seems to have, disappeared, and things are back on track to where they were. And now companies are trying to recruit from where they were, sort of this pre-pandemic, and then build their business back up to where they would like it to be. So
wow. So that sounds like, oh my God, Trisha, that sounds like amazing. That sounds like there's so many. And you've mentioned like 3 key sectors there. And if, by the way, you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, but I don't work in any of those sectors, is there any opportunities for me? The answer is yes. It's just that right now in today's show, we don't have time to get into them. But it's definitely something that you need to stay tuned to and make sure you come back to this channel, because we will be covering this in later shows. So Trisha, you were going to, so you've set the scene now, you've mentioned, okay, what's going on and what are some of the sectors that are absolutely booming, not just in Dubai, but in the region, in the Middle East region. So how does somebody navigate that? What are the tips? What are sort of the things? What are your sort of kind of top 3 things that someone should be doing?
So I guess a lot of people rely heavily on LinkedIn. So yes, LinkedIn is the #1 platform in the GCC region. Sort of everyone uses it to find talent for personal branding, just general social media, scrolling, etc., viewing. But I guess when there's more applicants, when there's more job postings available, there's more job applicants that are going, applying for these roles. And then it also means that the recruiters, hiring managers, third-party vendors who are outsourcing to fill these positions are also more busy. So they're focusing on completing their KPIs, which can generally mean a response rate might be even less than what, unfortunately, it already was. Now, of course, this brings the issue of, you're applying and just not hearing back off anything. And it's really troublesome. I completely understand.
No, I love that. I love that you're saying that actually you're flipping the script, aren't you? You're kind of almost saying to the job hunter, the job seeker right now, okay, just think of it from the perspective of the recruiter and try and sort of kind of align yourself with what exactly it is that the recruiter is looking for. Because when you align with what the recruiter is looking for, and you're making their job easier to kind of make your application stand out from that hundreds, if not thousands. I know I'm hearing from recruiters at the moment where they are saying they are being inundated with thousands of applications, and usually it's maybe 2 or 3 vacancies. So how do you do that sifting process? You're human at the end of the day as a recruiter. And yes, we use sort of kind of tools, like applicant tracking systems to sort of kind of whittle those numbers down. And if you want to be ahead of those, there's definitely things that you can be doing. So I love that. And you're right, Trisha, I'm a huge fan of LinkedIn. That's how you and I met. So I love the platform for that reason. But don't rely just on one platform, sort of kind of use other sort of kind of sources to connect as well. But love that. So that's tip number 1. What's tip number 2, Trisha?
Yeah, I think,
you've got?
I definitely recommend, again, specifically for the GCC region, look outside of LinkedIn, as you rightly mentioned, Glassdoor, Indeed, Bayit, Nakiri Golf, all of these different platforms, and register yourself there. I also would recommend that you can attend, where possible, if you are in the country, some form of networking event or an after work drinks or dinner or, a event party, etc., that's happening, just so that you can get your name out there. Now, I know sometimes maybe you might be a sort of an intrinsic person, or you're a job seeker and maybe a little bit shy, but it's really worth the time to dig deep and get yourself known among the community that you're looking for, or even transferring to, a cross sector connection. So that would be something that I would recommend, because especially in Dubai, people will hire you if they know you, rather than relying on these job boards to apply to. And second, and I'll just club these suggestions together, is try and get a referral or a mutual connection from the position or the company to introduce you to the hiring manager or the HR team.
I love that. And honestly, networking is a huge part. I mean, sort of, many years ago, I used to teach business networking skills to, sort of kind of international professionals. And I know the difference. And I know the difference is made in my personal career. So, you're hearing from Trisha right now how crucial, even now more than ever in 2022, Now, as Tricia said, that we're coming out this sort of kind of post-pandemic, that, budgets have been released, employers are hunting now, high and low, and it's about you standing out from that crowd. And like Tricia said, you might be a bit of an introvert. This might be sort of outside of your comfort zone. Here's the thing. This is the question that I always say to my candidates. And I would say, if you want to learn more practical details about how you can network, but also as well, where you can find this. Maybe you're sitting here and you're thinking, okay, I haven't got a confidence issue severe, and Tricia, I don't mind heading over and going to some business networking events, but I don't know. I don't have a clue. Where do I start? If that's you right now and you're watching this video, drop a comment in below. Let us know, is that a video that you want us to produce? Because if it is, because remember, these videos, these shows that we're creating, it's about you, the viewer. We want to help you. We want to help you stop struggling so that you can start thriving in your career. And we want to create topic subjects that are beneficial for you, that are going to help you be transformative and help you land those dream jobs in Dubai and in the GCC region. So networking, a huge thing. And sort of one final tip, practical tip then, Tricia, for today. And I know we mentioned sort of kind of something that kind of aligns with this, the hidden job market. What is that? For anybody who's watching that and wondering, what is that, Tricia? And how do I maximize? How do I use the hidden job market?
So the hidden job market kind of, I guess it speaks for itself. It means that jobs or positions that are not advertised online or on the job boards. So for example, something quite basic, in Dubai or the GCC region in general, expats, it's quite common that, you would be flying back home to your home country, you want to start a family, for example, and then they need to fill the position. So this happens quite frequently. A lot of people want to return home for personal family reasons, etc. And therefore, you don't know when that person is going to be leaving. Only maybe a select people within the organization would know until it's ready to be announced. So the hidden job market would mean that you could apply for that position prior or get your foot in the door prior to that job being advertised on any form of platform. Now, I know that there's a lot of regulatory issues that you'd have to address. It's mandated to advertise the job, etc. in some cases, but your foot's in the door before it's even advertised on the platform. So that is a great way to at least, try your luck.
And Tricia, why is that such a good idea? Why should people find ways and discover ways of tapping into the hidden job market?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're not up against thousands of applicants. So there might only be 2 or 3 people that know about the job, or 2 or 3 people going for that position because it's not advertised. And therefore, you've got a smaller candidate pool that you're competing against.
I love that. Does that sound like, are you listening to this and you're thinking, wow, I never thought about that, reaching out to my network and asking people and putting the word out there on the street and asking people, hey, is there a vacancy? Or maybe, sort of kind of through your network. Exactly for the reasons that Tricia said. If you are somebody who doesn't want to compete, why would you want to? That would be my question, right, Tricia? Why would you want to be competing against 1,000 people for that one vacancy, as opposed to only competing against perhaps maybe 10 people? Why make your life harder? Job hunting is hard enough as it is. And that brings me on to, so thank you, Tricia, for that. I think there's some 3 really powerful and effective tips. And when you've seen your clients apply these 3 tips, Tricia, talk me through some case studies or some clients that you've seen that have just been transformative. What has that looked like for them when you've seen your candidates, when the sort of kind of candidates that you are supporting? What does that job hunting journey look like for them?
Yeah, so we generally work backwards. So for example, I would jump on a call with my client. We would have a deep dive discussion, unpacking their USP, their unique selling proposition, identifying what is their strengths, some weaknesses, so that we're not showcasing the weaknesses too much on their profile, understanding what is their cultural or personal ethical beliefs in terms of companies that they're trying to target. For example, some people love the concept of ESG investing. Some people say, oh my God, I think it's a lot of rubbish. I don't want to touch any company that's involved with ESG investing. So then if you know where you want to be seen, you can then craft your profile accordingly. So it's about working backwards. And I guess we could probably do a deep dive session. I can pull up a case study that someone's been successful from Canada, where we started with him, where he is now in his senior management position in the UAE.
I love that. Oh my God, guys. Okay, if you're watching this and you want to see a real world life example of somebody who's gone through our process, who has come with the vision just like you, okay? Because you're watching this program, let's be honest, you're watching this show right now and you're looking for this content because you are somebody who's got a goal, you are driven, you are ambitious, you want to land your next dream job in Dubai or in the GCC region. And so you're watching this because you're looking for tips. But also as well, one of the ways to do that is to learn from people who have come before you. Why make life harder for yourself? If somebody's already doing what you want to do, learn from them. It's a great, powerful way. It will save you time, it will save you money, it will save you a lot of the sort of kind of hair pulling that happens when you are job hunting. And we get it, we've been in, Trish and I have been coaching and doing this for a long, long time now, and we know many of the pitfalls, and that's exactly what we want to help you stop doing. We want to stop you falling into those pitfalls so that you can, with ease, achieve the goals that you are looking to do. So as we wrap up today, I just want to share sort of a mindset motivation second. So one of the things that I see so often with my clients, okay, particularly with my clients who've been ghosted, which is what we've been talking about today. So they've been applying and just being ignored, being ghosted by employers. Even candidates who are really super confident when they start out on this journey start to see their confidence go. Is that you right now? Are you watching this and thinking, oh my God, I thought I started this journey looking for a job in Dubai, and honestly, now I'm like second guessing? Here's what I'm going to say to you. Here is one of the things that I do. I use this biohack. It's called, which I've developed after a decade's worth of coaching experience, international, candidates, and it's called the I Am Thriving biohack. And basically, what it allows you to do is it shifts you from that sort of low energy and often toxic, negative mindset, which is right now, it's going to impact you, it's going to hinder you, because if you are not feeling good about the whole job hunting process, you are not thinking positive thoughts. And if you're not thinking positive thoughts, the results that you produce will have a direct connection to how you are thinking and how you are feeling. So learning and teaching yourself a technique that allows you to get into a healthy mindset with ease, without having to do any kind of weird and sort of kind of long-winded sort of kind of process, is the key to that success. And I've been teaching this technique for a number of years now, and I have seen clients go from getting zero interview invites to literally within weeks getting multiple job interview invites, and then continuing to use that biohack process. They are just completely transforming. So if this is something that you are interested in and you want to learn more about, there are 3 steps. It takes 90 seconds to help you get into career flow. Hit me up on LinkedIn. Come and say you want to learn about the biohack, and I will drop some more goodies and goodness of how you can learn how to do that, because we've run out of time. As always, Tricia and I always end up doing this. We run out of time. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Stay tuned in our next show. We're going to let you, the viewers, sort of kind of decide what should be our topic. So the one that gets the most sort of kind of the popular sort of kind of demand, that's the one that we will cover. So join in the conversation. Tricia, your final thoughts. What do the viewers need to know, and how can viewers kind of reach out to you? If anything that they've heard today and they're like, oh my God, I really want to learn more, I really want to connect with Tricia, how can they do that?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, thank you again for the discussion. Very fruitful. I loved it as always. I think don't give up. It is, just don't rely solely on LinkedIn, register yourself on company portals, reach out, see if there's a phone number that you can contact, go on their website and see if there's an email listed on the company portal that you're trying to apply to. Ask a mutual connection that is on LinkedIn, for example, on their company page, to connect you over a group chat, or even better, if you're in the country, to meet for a coffee. And fifth, is attend a face-to-face event where you can get yourself out there. And definitely I want to cover at some stage in one of maybe the next 2 or 3, 4th episode, your personal pitch. So once you meet these people, how do you introduce yourself? So that would be it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Thank you, guys. And if you're enjoying these shows, then please do subscribe and enjoy it and engage with us. Till next time.